Hey, welcome back. I'm Patrick, and this is Rustaholic, and I want to introduce you today to my 1969 Plymouth Fury. This was a daily driver up until just a few months ago. I love driving this car, and I'm really excited to get it going again. Unfortunately, a couple months ago, we took it over to Daytona and had a great time out there. Spent 3 or 4 days at the car show. Took it to the show every day, had a wonderful time. And on the last day, heading home, going like 65 miles an hour, it just disengaged. It was the weirdest thing. I've never experienced that before. It just felt like it just fell into neutral and just never came back. It rolled to the side of the road. It wouldn't go in reverse. It wouldn't go, and I mean, it'd go through all the gears, no problem, but no movement, right? So it just didn't do anything. So thank goodness for Haggerty. Great insurance. Check them out if you haven't already. They towed us 100 plus miles or whatever all the way home. And it's been sitting right here ever since. And that tow truck driver was awesome, by the way. He just dropped it right into my tent. So it's been sitting here. I have been starting it every few weeks, and I'm very hopeful that it will actually make it into the garage. You might ask yourself, well, if the transmission doesn't work, how's it going to make it? It's a great question. I've been starting this every few weeks, and I can't help myself. I put it in gear every time, and it engages like half the time, at least. So I'm hoping that it's going to not only engage, but get us all the way to the garage. So we'll see what happens. If it can get us halfway, you know, that's great. Gets us to the street, even better. All the way to the garage would be a full win. Keep in mind, I don't trust this transmission any further than I can throw it at this point. But if it can get into the garage, that's a good thing. But all right, let's get it going. This is a cold start. I haven't started it in a few weeks. It is a 318. Says 97,000 miles. Who knows if that's correct or not? Almost. There we go. Oh, I love driving this car. It's so big, it's ridiculous. This isn't my first Fury. I had my first 69 Plymouth Fury III was my first full-size muscle car. And unfortunately, I traded that one away a while back, like 20 plus years ago. And I've always wanted another one, and finally, we found this one. So I think what I'll do is, while we're letting this warm up a little bit, why don't I catch you up on what I did to this Fury, where I bought it, how it came, what I've done to it to get it roadworthy, and bring you up to speed on the Fury. So, enjoy. we're back. Let's try it. She certainly seems ready. Here we go, moment of truth. Is it going to engage? I didn't feel nothing. I felt nothing. Nothing. Damn it. Maybe I let it warm up too long. We're gonna have to do this the hard way. We're gonna have to pull it. Okay. Yeah, seems good. Yeah. And I want to give a really special thanks to my neighbors Rick and Curtis for helping me get the Fury in. They helped me pull it around. And I didn't get it on film, unfortunately. But once we got it pretty much to the base of the drive, and my driveway has a slight incline, so we were going to grab the winches and start yanking it in. And Rick says, you know, we've done all this work already, it'll probably just drive in. And in fact, it did just that. We fired it up, drove it the last 30 feet or so, and it's here where it sits. But that's what I'm talking about. It's not trustworthy at this point, and when it decides not to engage, it literally just doesn't do anything. Doesn't go in reverse, doesn't go into drive. So today what we're going to try to do is we'll get it in the air. When I got this car, I never changed the pan. I never did anything. It was like completely empty. It didn't have a drive shaft at all. So yeah, who knows what condition it is in. But when we filled it up with fluids, it worked. And so we just went with it. So we'll get it in. We'll drop all that. I have a brand new filter and we'll put some new fluid in there. And we'll see what happens. Cheapest route first. If it works, we'll start to build some new trust. If it doesn't work, then we'll get a new transmission because this one isn't leaving the property anytime soon. I love this car. This is what I consider a forever car for me, so we'll keep working on it, and I would love to have overdrive, so this is a great excuse. So let's get to it. Alright, here's the pan, and it's been in here for about a week now, and it is leaking just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and take care of that and pull this pan off. Let's see what that filter looks like. And I'm seeing a little bit of sketch here that I totally ignored in my first pass. That wasn't me, but if this transmission engages and looks like we might keep it for a little while longer, I'm going to take care of that as well. Yeah, so that's what we're working with. Let me get us set up and we'll check it out. here's what we're looking at. Looks like there's some sparkles in there. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but that doesn't look good. That seems bad. There's definitely some junk here. And I don't know about this filter. But we're gonna press on anyway, since I don't know what this means anyway, and if it works for a little while, great. If it doesn't, we'll get a new transmission. Alright, it's all cleaned up. Gonna put this new gasket on and we will get it installed. Well, this is kind of what I expected to see. It's fairly horrible. So let's go ahead and fix on that. We can at least make it better. Almost there. This isn't perfect. This probably should be soldered or something. But this technique is pretty strong. And at least it's a step up from what it was before. So we'll pull the sleeves up. We'll get those all melted together, and that'll be a much better connection than it was. All right, there's the finished product. Hopefully, that'll be at least a little bit better. So while we're down here, there's one more thing I'm going to go ahead and take care of. I've got this connection for my AFR gauge, but it never actually worked. I kind of butchered the hole right here. And this piece is really for a 2.5-inch pipe, not a 2-inch pipe like this one. So it never really sealed, never really fit right. So I've never actually been able to put my gauge on this car and really get it dialed in. It's running pretty good, but I do want to get one in there anyway. And I made this. I'm 98% sure this isn't going to leak. But since the car's in the air, might as well just get it done. So let's do it. down. Awesome. We got everything that, well, I got everything I wanted to do done. Transmission pan filter has been replaced. I did get the that wiring sorted out. Maybe that was part of it, maybe not, we'll see. And the exhaust bung, I guess you call it, for the AFR gauge is now finally installed. That was a bit of a bear. Kept getting, couldn't really have that much play with the exhaust. Kept hitting either the gas tank up high or the drive shaft down low. So, but luckily we did get it in there. Hopefully it'll be sealed and we'll get some good readings. But we'll see. Gonna put some transmission fluid in it and let's fire this thing up. Gonna install this right quick and then start it up. Smoke off the exhaust. We didn't get AFR gauge. I mean, we had it for like a minute, and it was looking pretty good. But then it leaned out all the way to the end. So that tells me I still got a leak. That sucks. So it's not sealed enough in there. We were close, but I'll try to do something else with that again. We're gonna let this warm up a little bit. I'm gonna keep checking the fluids. We'll get it filled to the right level. And we'll throw it in gear and see what happens. Alright, it's the moment of truth. Fluids are good. It's warmed up. Let's see if it'll engage. If it does, let's see if it'll stay engaged. Let's check it out. I read somewhere that suffering comes from expectations. All suffering comes from expectations. So let's not have any. Let's just pretend this isn't going to work and we're just going to have to get a new transmission. And then I think we'll just be going through. Alright, here we go. Get engaged. Well, albeit, it engaged. Pretty good too. Oh, I don't know. We might have a car. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to start trusting, doing some tests. I'm gonna let it warm up for a little bit longer, and we'll try it again in a bit. Let's see if it really means it. What was that? Well, we certainly got close. It does engage. That was pretty exciting. Goes into reverse, going into drive. Pretty solid. Felt drivable. And I was about to go for it, then decided to take a look underneath and see if there was any leaks. And there was some leaks there. Not from the pan, which is good. All of that is fine. But where that leak is coming from is from the front of the bell housing. It's coming right out the front. coming around and just dripping. And so as soon as you put it in gear, the drips are just drip, 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 drip. So it's pretty consistent. There's a seal in there or something that's got blown out. So I got to think about what we're going to do next. Most likely, I feel like a new transmission's in order. If I'm going to put money into the transmission, probably I'm not going to save the 904. Probably going to look for 518 or better, something with overdrive. I think that will be better in the long run. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today. At least we know what we're working with, and it looks like the transmission is going to have to come out. So we'll work to that end, and we'll see you next time.